Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Savannah. I am currently a cosmetology student at Clarice East College here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I am doing kind of an updated video. It's been about a month since I've updated you guys on how school is going. So we're just going to go ahead and get on into the video. Last time I talked to you guys, I was kind of giving you guys just how I applied for school and what was pretty much going on with me being freshly new in cosmetology and what I have been doing. And since I had started, I wasn't very far into the program whenever I first made a YouTube video about it about a month ago. But I will let you guys know exactly what I have done so far and what kind of things I've had to do as far as being in cosmetology school to start with. So if you guys can't tell, I am currently in my kitchen and I am going to school from home. So yes, at my school this past week, there have been some health concerns in the school as far as the coronavirus goes, where some of our barber students were tested positive for the virus. I was not around any of those students, but our instructor had she chose for us to stay at home just for the safety of us, since most of us have children that are younger in my classroom. So especially for me, my daughter has asthma, so she's more susceptible to this virus, especially with a healthy I can't even talk, a breathing disorder. So I had left school last Friday, which would have been probably like the 25th, something like that. I guess today is the 28th. Is it only the 28th? Are you serious? Like, I thought it would be... Okay, that's crazy. But anyways, yes. So we are back in remote learning. Not the best kind of learning. Not the easiest kind of learning for some students. But it is what it is. So we kind of can't do anything about it. So today is the 28th. I had left school on the 24th, and I got to school because our hours for cosmetology here in Oklahoma are 9 to 3. Other states varies. It could be from 7 something in the morning until 5 in the afternoon, or whatever your school schedule is, but ours is only 9 to 3. So I got to school at 9 and left at 11, and I was only there for 2 hours. So it was very, how to describe it, kind of a shell shock to me, because the whole week the school was like a ghost town. There was hardly anybody there. There was no clients in the salon. It was just, because our classroom for phase 1 is upstairs in a corner, so we're kind of away from everyone else, and we don't really go around the rest of the cosmetology students or barber students or estheticians or any other programs. But we were the only class in school on Friday, so we had left, and the instructors had to stay because that was their set schedule, or else they would have had to use volunteer hours, vacation hours to actually go home, which I think is really ridiculous, but that's a different conversation for another time. But anyways, so far what I have done in cosmetology school from whenever I had first started school, I remember my first class that I took when I started cosmetology was hair cutting concepts, and it was very, very awesome because I was just so excited to finally jump straight in, do, you know, hair cutting on my mannequins, get my kit, get everything that I need. There will be a video I will be putting up sometime on my channel. I'm not a regular influencer on YouTube or YouTuber or whatever you want to call it. I am just a average, I call it a stay-at-home mom / college student, but I am a homemaker at home. I go to school, I stay at home, take care of my kid. My husband and my best friend, they both live here with me, so they help take care of the bills so I can go to school full-time and put my full focus on school and not worrying about working a full-time job, going to school full-time, and not having enough time for my daughter. So it played out really well. So I had started my very first class on June 22nd for hair cutting concepts and applications. For hair cutting concepts, we had got a weft. What a weft is it's a little plastic square that has hair that's probably about 10 inches. I keep looking back there because I'm hearing someone sniffling. It's about 10 inches in length from the scalp of the weft to the very end of the hair, that we would practice on before we actually cut our mannequins. Now, the first haircut that we did was a blunt cut on our mannequins, just straight across. We took off probably about, I'd say about 2 to 3 inches of hair. Her hair was probably a good, I'm going to say about 12 inches, 10 to 12 inches in length as well. And we cut her hair completely. So we had ended up doing a lob, as in a Karen haircut, as everyone has known it as a Karen haircut. Well, we did it on a mannequin, and I will show you guys what I did, because I was very, very proud of what I did on my mannequin's hair, because it was really not something I was particularly comfortable with, because I haven't had my hair that long since I was really, really, really young. So I'm gonna scroll here and show you what we did. So we ended up cutting her hair about to that. Now, if you can imagine her hair being a lot longer than that, it was blunt cutted and it was angled, and I mean, we did a lot of work on that head. As far as application went on that, I honestly think what application was meaning is knowing how to actually apply, like how much tension you needed as far as cutting hair, what angles it needed to be at, and that sort of thing. I had followed, so in our school, phase 1 is from your first week to 12 weeks. So you have a exact 3 months in this one exact classroom with the same exact instructor. Each instructor is set to the same curriculum for the first 12 weeks. The next, you go to phase 2, which is your third month until your, I want to say it's your 4.5 month or so. It's only a 6-week program. So you go from, not program, class, you go from phase 1, which is 12 weeks, to phase 2, which is 6 weeks, and then you're in phase 3, which means you are out on the salon floor. You are in the student salon floor. So we are currently working on something totally different. I'm not going to jump in and tell you exactly what I'm doing now, but I will tell you exactly what I have done in the past. So, the second week I did was from June 29th until July 3rd, which was color concepts. So in color concepts is when we were learning how to do highlighting, all that good stuff. It was really, really fun. My mannequin turned out really pretty. She looked so gorgeous. Her hair was, I mean, it was crazy. So she is our 4-quad mannequin, and hey, quit that. Sorry, that's my kittens. So we started off with foiling and trying to get the hair to be whatever color we wanted it to be. So we're trying to figure out how to work with highlighting. Highlighting was really fun because it felt natural to me. I've always done my hair by myself. I looked really rough because I had to wake up this morning and jump on my computer and check in with my teacher. That way she knew exactly what I was doing and that I was going to be present for school. So my highlights ended up like this. If you can imagine this section right here, it was kind of like those brown streaks that you see. It was really pretty. This turned out to be a beautiful caramel color. Those are the kind of highlights that I want back in my hair. I just haven't had caramelized highlights in a very long time. So my third week of school was facials and spa services. So for facials, obviously it's kind of self-explanatory. We gave each other facials, we did waxing, we didn't do any chemical pills or anything like that because that's kind of further on in our program, but we did, however, do waxing. I got my legs waxed, I got my arm somewhat waxed. I mean, we were just waxing everything on our bodies at that week, so it was really fun. Next following week, we did chemical texturing. So chemical texturing was when we did I'm pretty sure that's relaxers. Yeah, it was relaxers, and they smell horrible. Relaxers are what you have to put on the hair that is curly or very tight in curls, and find the kind of relaxer for your client for their hair type that's going to give them the end result that they are looking to have. Relaxers smelled very strong and very potent, but it was really fun. This past week on Friday, however, we had permanent waving, and what permanent waving is whenever you get hair rollers, you end up getting what's the word I'm trying to look for? I had it on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember it, but it's a certain kind of stuff that you put in the hair to actually get perms in. So you get a perming kit that has your solution. Oh, I thought I just said something. Oh my god, I forget. Has permanent solution, like neutralizers, that sort of stuff to kind of make the hair just curl the way it's supposed to. I do, however, have a picture of that. I'm showing you off of my computer, on my MacBook, because it's so much easier to show on the MacBook instead of me running back in there, getting my mannequin, and showing you guys exactly what she turned out looking like. So my mannequin, in these pictures you'll be able to see what I was doing. So in this one, you can see I was curling her hair and I was trying to get her look real pretty. So I had her updoed like this. She looked so pretty at the end of it all. But so this was the very back of her head, all permed up, and then boom, the end result is right here. So she turned out really curly. I mean, she looked really pretty. So that was just with wet rollers. It wasn't actually perm. The real perm is in the living room at the moment. So this is the picture of the actual perm itself. So she turned out really, really wavy. She had like natural waves. So it was really pretty. So this week we are on the week of July 27th to July 31st. I can't believe that this month has flown by so fast. I started going to cosmetology school for first 3 weeks. Before I actually jumped into the school itself, I had to go to a class that's called Career and Life Development. And what that is here, if you guys don't remember or you haven't watched my other channel before, or my other video from before this on my channel, Career and Life Development is pretty much a class where they give you the fundamentals of being able to set goals for yourself financially, what you want your life goals to be, just making sure you have your life prioritized and organized to the best possible, the way you possibly can be. So I did that for 3 weeks. I graduated from that class. I have my certificate and I'm good to go. When I did my color concepts class, that was from June 29th till the 3rd of July, I got a certificate for being a matrix color expert on knowing how to mix certain volumizers with the certain color to get, you know, how bright the color is going to be or how light the hair is going to be, or the color is going to be, depending on what, if you have gray hair or you're trying to go to a different color from black, or whatever the case is possibly going to be. I've been certified as a hair colorist for that company, so I thought it was really, really cool that I did that within a week. It was pretty neat. So this week we are doing the structure of hair, skin, and nails, and there is a lot that goes into this one, because you're getting from the very top layer of your skin to the very bottom of your skin and what's in between, as far as your nails and as far as your hair structure. I mean, there's just a lot that's going to go into this. So I have 132 vocaps that I have to do before the end of this week. As I was saying, today is Friday, or sorry, not Friday, totally wrong, Tuesday. I had Friday in my head and I knew it was Tuesday. It's Tuesday, July 28th. Some very big news is coming up. On Friday the 31st, my school gives out every quarter, so every 3 months, when a new round of students start, whether they're in CLD, which everyone has to go through CLD before they can actually start their program, we have a thing called a Founders Merit Scholarship. And what that is an internal scholarship where you can either receive up to 50% or 100% of your tuition is paid off. The things you have to do is, because my school is a nonprofit organization, and a couple years ago, I believe in 2014 or 2015, the founder of the school had a school originally as a for-profit, but now it is a non-profit school, which means they're pretty much based off of student tuition is how they pay for the school itself, as you know, as far as materials for the students, electricity, that sort of stuff. So it's a private school. So for the scholarship, you have to actually have volunteer hours for a nonprofit in your city. I had volunteered at a Methodist church. It is called, the church is Asbury Methodist Church, in the Tulsa area. It's a very, very well-known church in this town. It's very huge. There is multiple buildings to the main building that's built on, and they have their own land as to where they have multiple other buildings separate from the main building, that we were giving out, and which we still are. I will be doing it every single Saturday until the end of August. So every single Saturday from 7 in the morning until 11. So only 4 hours out of your time. They give out groceries and dairy and potatoes, that sort of stuff, to people in the in the Tulsa area, or in the area in general. If you're from a different city outside of Tulsa, or and you just come by the church, they'll ask you how many families you're picking up for. You'll tell them. They'll put you however many boxes you need for that, and then you can either come to where we have free prayer to kind of put a blessing on you and your family as far as this virus goes, because it has hit a lot of families in the most horrible and horrific way that a virus could. So I always have done free prayer for those that have had troubling times, especially with this virus going on, because it has hit a lot of families. Unfortunately, fortunately, it has not hit ours. And I'm not to brag. I'm very grateful. My husband and my best friend have very stable jobs to where they do not have to remotely stay at home and work. That's not possible for them to actually do. So with that being said, you have to have volunteer hours, at least 5, but I've done 10 because I want to go the extra mile and help those that are really struggling and that are really having a hard time right now, and just let them know that, you know, that I can be a shoulder to cry on, and that I can be a person who wants to dedicate my time to others that are in need of my time. So I also needed 2 letters of recommendation from someone outside of my school as well as my immediate family. I got those in no time. I had to do a professional PowerPoint, which I'm very, very, very excited about. I'm not going to show it because it's kind of just something that's personal to me, but it's like the best PowerPoint I've ever put together as far as I know. I've had to have a little bit of help with the context of things because I just don't know. Like, I have so much in my head that I want to get out on paper. It's just I can't seem to put it on paper, but it stays wonderful in my head. And then we had to write a 1,500 word essay about, you know, our goals for the school, you know, our background, about ourselves, just personal things like that. Whatever you feel like is going to catch their eye and that is true to you and to them, you just go ahead and do it. So I have gotten all those submitted, and I am very excited that I finally have it all done. And that is a big, huge weight lifted off my shoulders, because I have been working on that presentation for a good 2 months straight. And it's been very, very difficult, especially with having a toddler and just a lot of obstacles as far as keeping an apartment clean, especially when you have a toddler and you're living in, it's a decent sized apartment, but it's very, very small. So it's very, very tough to keep it as organized as you would like, with the limitations of not having as much storage space as we would like. It seems very dark in here because we have Alexas and throughout the whole apartment, and we have sensors, lights around the living room and stuff, and if someone doesn't walk by it, it will not set off. So I'm in here in the in the kitchen because I had just cleaned it, and I was just doing something for school on my laptop. So I've been chilling in here. My desk needs cleaned off, so that's going to be a goal for today. My husband is off work, so I could actually dedicate some of my time to things I really, really needed to do. So as far as that goes, guys, that is all I have been able to do and what's been going on with cosmetology school. I will try and check in with you guys at least every month, if not every week. Let me rephrase that, every week to every month or so, and kind of make it a little bit longer instead of just little sporadic videos here and there, because there's not too much to say about what happens in a week. It's just, it kind of just depends. If I don't get back with you guys by the end of next week, I will be having a shampooing and blowout class next week. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, also one more thing too. Next week, as far as I know, we should be going back to the school physically and staying there. Oh, I am so sorry, guys. I have been up. It is currently 10:16, and I have been up since 7 something this morning. I'm exhausted, but I have to wake up super early because my brain is set on school mode, and I cannot function if I sleep any later than that. I have to be up before that, or I can't do it. But next week, today we were supposed to have an honor roll class, to recognize those that have had perfect attendance and stuff like that from May to June, or June to May, or June to July, something like that. I don't know. I was supposed to be in that, but we won't be able to see it because we're not actually there. So they're postponing it until next week when we actually come back to school. We'll be able to get our certificates and that sort of stuff. I have had perfect grades. I am a 4.0 student, perfect attendance. I do really, really well. I set my goals straight high for myself because I know I can achieve them, and I don't want to settle for less. I am not one to settle for less. I want to go above and beyond and do better than what I did when I was in high school. In high school, I slacked off so much because I was in a new relationship. I did not care. I kind of just did my own thing and just gave no thoughts about my future, which is kind of sad because there's a lot of high school students that did. But me, I was relying on everybody else, which is not the right way to go about it. But I will have a certificate next week, and like I said, if I do not check in with you guys next week, by the end of next week, I will get on there next Friday and tell you guys how last week, or the shampooing and blowout class went, as far as, and also my certificate for my perfect attendance. So if you guys are looking into going into cosmetology school, I highly suggest doing it. If you are in love with doing hair a lot, now I don't mean just like if you do, you know, braids on your hair every once in a while, or, you know, you dye it all the time or whatever else. If you are truly, truly, truly devoted into doing hair, doing nails, doing skincare, whatever it is you want to do, go into beauty school. You will not regret it. And I mean, I don't want you to go into beauty school because, oh, you braid your hair, you know, a couple of times a week or whatever. and that's just something you like to do to get it out of your face. If it's something that you truly cannot, like, keep your hands off your hair, keep your hands off of skincare, constantly wanting to do your nails while you're at home, that sort of thing, I suggest going into beauty school, because you can make a career out of what you love, and it's the most amazing thing, I promise. So again, thank you guys so very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and click that subscribe button at the very bottom of this video, and also please hit that notification bell so you can get notified each time that I upload a video. I will try and start getting better at uploading videos. It's just being a mom and a full-time student is very, very tough to navigate homework, a child, and doing YouTube full-time, because this is kind of something I want to look back on as myself in a couple of years and remember it. So if you guys haven't already subscribed, again, please hit that subscribe button down below. Also hit the notification bell, that way you can be notified each time that I upload. If you have any friends that are wanting to get into cosmetology school, go ahead and share this video with them, that way they can know kind of what's going on. Also share the other video that I had gone up about a month ago with them and let them know my journey, that way they can be motivated enough to go into it and not be surprised about some of the stuff that cosmetology does to you. So again, thank you guys so much. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.